what you are doing. The internet has taken control of the BBC.
Coming out of your speakers and streamed live on the Radio 1 website, a show unlike anything that has ever been created.
A show completely controlled by you.
Are you ready to take charge of the radio?
Go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 now and prepare your minds
and bodies
to experience Dan and Phil.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Muse, Panic Station, and before that, Two Door Cinema Club, and you're now listening to and watching Dan and Phil.
BBC
Radio
1.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Dan and Phil here on Radio 1. We are back after our little hiatus in California. I hope you didn't miss us too much, but we are back putting you guys in control of the radio. For the next 2 hours, we are going to be playing your song requests, taking your calls, stalking your Twitter profiles, and reading out what you type. So don't just sit back and listen. Make sure you get involved. Phil, how can people contact the show?
Well, you can tweet us at BBCR1, leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page, call us with your voice on 03700 100 100, or text us on 81199 with your requests.
And remember, if you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 on anything with an internet connection, even your mobile phone, you can watch the entire show happen live on camera, where you get to see us in the studio, internet news in 15 minutes, which is about animals again. We've got cats, dogs, and goats, which is like the holy trinity of animals at the moment.
The best ones.
And a Wimbledan special, Dan versus Phil at 8, where absolutely nothing can go wrong. I mean, we're going to be having our vision impaired, so that'll be interesting. And as well as that, we have some awesome music videos that have been sent in by you guys.
Okay, James is getting deep now. He's got a video exploring if imagination can be existential as well as internal.
Wow.
If you have no idea what that means, just enjoy the pretty pictures. Here is Daft Punk with One More Time. Funk, one more time, thank you very much to James, who made us all question our own existences.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So, I ingested far more than the recommended daily amount of maple syrup in the last week.
By that, do you mean your body weight times 10?
Yep.
It's very hard not to.
We have been in California. We were staying in Hollywood, where everyone's a little bit crazy.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I think they all magnetise there, you know what I mean? It's like the land of broken dreams and sun, so then everyone there's a bit like, you're wearing a suit, but I don't want to get too close to you. You know what I mean? That's Hollywood.
There was a man on the road dressed as a cockroach.
There was, wasn't there?
I was saying, are you promoting something? He's like, no, man, this is just what I wear. That wasn't an accent I was trying to do. That's just what he sounded
That's just
like.
what it sounded like. That's LA in one little moment.
Although they do have air conditioning there, which I appreciated so much after coming back to London. The apartment's like...
Coming back to our place with no air conditioning is like, we're basically living in the Stone Age. It's incredibly depressing, isn't it?
It is.
It's just when you're lying naked on your bed just going, kill me, you know that you should probably invest in a fan. Anyway, so the week before we left, there was a moment during the show where I was kind of rudely checking my phone, and I noticed the Notes app. Now, you know, the thing is about notes on your phone are that they may make sense at the time that you make them.
Yeah.
You know, that one afternoon 2 weeks ago when you had that sudden burst of intelligence, but then when you go back and read it with absolutely no context, it's very confusing, isn't it? I mean, most of the notes you make on your phone are just kind of 3 a.m. thoughts that you go, banana geese. Then you wake up the next day and you're like...
Banana geese.
What? So, just as an example, the last 3 notes on my phone right now are kale men.
Kale men?
Kale, as in the green vegetable men. Absolutely not. It sounds like a Scooby-Doo bad guy. Dishumanizing, which is a word that Kanye West made up in his rant at Wireless Festival on Friday.
Incredible.
I had to note that down. Dishumanizing, adding that to the vocab. And then my last one says, remember she doesn't like it.
What?
No idea what that was.
What does that mean, Dan?
No idea whatsoever. That's weird, isn't it?
That's
Absolutely
so weird.
No idea. So what we want to do today is for you to tell us what the last note on your phone was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's 1 note long or 5-word notes that turn into a disturbing picture. Get your phone out, open it, open the Notes app, and take a screenshot of your last note and tweet it to us with the hashtag last note on my phone.
Hashtag last note on my phone.
And if you can't be bothered to tweet it, you can text us on 81199, or you could call us and tell us about the note and what the story behind it was on 03700 100 100. I've got some funny ones as well, so I'll read those out later. But for now, get those sending in, and we're going to go to Chelsea on Twitter, who wants Zedd with clarity. Zedd, clarity. Now, we're all going to get out our phones and read some of the weird notes that you've left.
So, we asked people on Twitter to tweet in with hashtag last note on my phone, and we've got some here that I've loaded up. Bethan's just said, I need the toilet with a crying emoji. I'm wondering why that's a note, as if you had to remind yourself or something.
Maybe she's got a fear of the toilet.
Maybe that's the explanation. Okay.
Daisy said, chandelier. That's all it says.
She was looking to invest in one, right?
Hansy says, Peppa Pig lunchbox.
There's nothing wrong with wanting one of those.
No.
Quite swaggy in my opinion. Okay, we've got one here from Patty, whose friend made her a list of Muse songs which she rated with star emojis out of 2. So just so you know, she thinks that Newborn, Invincible and Knights of Sidonia are the best Muse songs according to that little note.
Good choices.
And then one here from Connor that said 2 tablespoons of yeast, 240 degrees. Is that bread making? Possibly.
Possibly bread
I guess
making.
we'll never know. What else would you do with 2 tablespoons of yeast
We
and
had
some heat?
a text from Hannah, who has sent us her checklist for when she went to London last week. Knickers 2, a bra, 4 socks, dress, leggings, shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, scrubbers, and a toothbrush and paste.
Well, that sounds quite logical, actually. That's just a regular old shopping list. I reckon most of mine is probably just milk, bread, milk, puzzle. Yeah.
And we also have one from Lorene, who said, her last note on the phone says, the visions. They scare me.
Oh, that's disturbing. Why? I mean, imagine if you found that after you've woken up and you're just like, what happened last night?
What does this mean?
Okay, that was a very good start. It's nice to know that everyone around the world has just got their phones out going, what on earth was I doing? So yeah, if you have any, take a screenshot, tweet it, hashtag last note on my phone. We are going to come back to that, so thank you very much. Oh, and you've got some.
I've got some.
Those out later.
Yep.
But now, though, if happy couples canoodling makes you sick, you're in luck. Here is a video telling a sad relationship story by Sophie and Emily to Taylor Swift. Red.
Loving him is
If I build it, they will come. If I build it, they will come. If I build it, they will come. As we build up to Tea in the Park, I've knocked together my very own mini-festival inside BBC Scotland.
Featuring
A campfire, tents, a portaloo, some of you, and hopefully some massive acts on a very tiny stage. Listen on the radio, watch on the red button, or spy overnight online, you sickos. Greg James, all this week from 4.
There's something about just how many people would want to watch Greg James sleeping. It's impressive that he wants to do that.
He's got a big fan base. I think there'll be a lot of people that will just be watching him all night, just waiting for the exhale and the inhale.
Waiting for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's someone on the line.
Ella?
Hello.
Hello. So, what was the last note on your phone?
It says, hid behind door, man riding a muffin exploded.
Man riding muffin exploded.
How?
Yeah.
Do we have any context behind this, Ella?
A couple of days ago I had a dream and I woke up about 4 in the morning and thought, I think I'm going to put that in my phone.
Yeah.
So I remember it, and I didn't check until a couple minutes ago.
Right.
And I thought it was quite interesting to tell you.
That is interesting.
That sounds like quite a harrowing nightmare to have.
Yeah. How does one ride a muffin? Did it have wheels on it, or did it have legs?
It was a horse to begin with, and then I looked at it, and it turned into a muffin.
Okay. Was it like a giant muffin, or did the horse turn into a tiny muffin that someone was still then sat on?
Good to clarify.
It was a giant muffin.
Yeah, a giant muffin.
Did you go to bed hungry? That's the only explanation I can think of.
I think that was probably it. Yeah.
Well, that's the weirdest one we've had so far. So
Definitely.
You've earned yourself a request. What would you like to listen to?
Can I have Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People, please?
Yes, you can. Do you want to dedicate this to anyone?
Can I dedicate it to Lindsay and Leah, please?
This goes out to Lindsay and Leah. Everyone gets your phones out and get the last note that you wrote in it and tweet us with hashtag last note on my phone. We'll be reading out some more later. Internet news is coming up. Thanks.
Thank you.
radio1.co.uk/Radio 1 now to watch the Dan and Phil show on Radio 1.
Now, if I was building an arc of my favourite animals from the internet, it would probably involve a cat, a dog, and a goat.
You just saved 3 animals, Phil.
No, just my favourite
internet
internet
be the
animals.
worst Noah ever.
Well, you are in luck, because they are all involved in the Internet News Animal Special.
What a great intro.
This is the Internet News.
Internet News.
An Afghan Cocker Spaniel has taken to singing along to opera. Fresh from the recent internet news of lambs singing that you will remember and otters playing keyboards, here is a dog named Bowie singing along to an opera scene from House of Cards. If you're not on the website, then you're missing out, but here is what an opera singing spaniel sounds like.
That's not the spaniel, that's a lady singing.
Yeah, they'll know.
They'll know. It's prepping itself.
Flawless. Some beautiful falsetto. Wow.
The dog sounded better than the woman, I thought.
It did, literally, didn't it? Better than most X Factor contestants in the first season.
Do you know what should be a thing?
What, Phil?
Dogpera. I'd go.
Just dog opera.
Dog opera.
You should pitch that to Alan and see where that gets you, Phil.
I will do. Internet News, Animal Special. A cat who went missing from his owner's house in Leeds has been found in an unfinished hotel in London 9 weeks after he disappeared.
What?
Obi-Wan Katobi.
Wait. Obi-Wan Katobi? Who names their cat Obi-Wan Katobi?
The best people in the world.
You're asking for it.
He was discovered living underneath the floorboards of a construction site 200 miles away from his home near Euston Station. His owners tracked him down using a microchip which was attached to the cat, and they have no idea how he made the journey to London.
That is so mysterious.
Yeah, why was he going to London in the first place?
Who knows cats' intentions?
Maybe it was a homeward-bound style adventure.
It probably was.
Yeah.
You know, it gets me thinking, like, how many beyond Homeward Bound level animal adventures must be happening constantly around the world that we're just not aware of?
Like the 17 pigeons on the top of the BBC that
Probably
just travelled
they've had
hundreds
the
of miles.
craziest day, and we have no idea, Phil.
I would buy the DVD. Internet News.
So, goats are at it again. This time we have some goats for you that are taking up the all-time classic John Williams theme tune and goating it up. Prepare yourselves. Okay, right. Here is Jurassic Park covered by goats.
Yes. I don't want to speak over it. It's too good.
That is why I love the internet, to be honest. I mean, that exists, and it must have taken someone about 50 hours to make. No reason.
I could wake up to that every single morning.
Could you really? Every single morning?
Yeah, I just get a 57-inch projector.
And just play that?
Play that.
Why don't you just buy a goat and then train it to do it? You can start a YouTube channel of just goats singing.
That's just an idea I'm going to work on. That was the Internet News.
The Internet News.
Do you think they'd let us have a goat in here?
A goat in the studio?
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
But now, Maya must have sold her soul to some kind of wizard, as during the next song she draws Dan, and it's more lifelike than actual real-life Dan. So you can listen to Rihanna at the same time too. Here is Firebomb.
Radio 1.
That's Rihanna with Firebomb, and now, last note on my phone is trending worldwide.
Yay, thank you, everybody.
Woo. So, I'm going to share mine after a little bit, but first of all, we've got some from Molly, who says, the last note on my phone says, I like bacon, bacon is good. I don't like cabbage, cabbage sucks.
Why would you need to note that down?
It's kind of a haiku, that, isn't it?
Well, I don't think that is at all a haiku, Phil, because a haiku is very specific.
Okay, it sounded haiku-ish.
And what's this tweet?
Freak said, acrotripotiphobia.
Okay, what is it?
The fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Wow.
That's the fear?
Well, it's quite a horrible sensation, isn't it? When you just can't get something off the top of your mouth and just like that. But as a phobia, the irrational fear, it can't go near any condiment without freaking out.
That would be weird.
It's probably a thing.
I'll read some more of mine later, but we've got now something exciting. We asked you to film your nans in auditions for Nan Cam for next week, and we've had a brilliant one by Eden from her nan Brenda. So we've got a little clip of Brenda, who's going to be our nan for Nan Cam.
So here is a grandma reacting to the Dan versus Phil challenge, Queen's Footsteps, from a couple weeks ago.
Brings back memories.
What memories?
When I was little at school playing that in the playground.
You had a Queen Elizabeth in your paper.
No. It was the wolf. It's a different age now. And when I feel that when I was young, all these people that were on television or radio always were dressed so smart. They look untidy, don't they? Yeah, look
untidy.
They go digging in the garden.
Well, there you go, Phil. Grandmas think that we're untidy and we look like we're about to go digging in the garden.
How do I look like I've been digging in the garden?
You just got sassed by Brenda in a big way.
Don't
but you can
sass me,
look
Brenda.
forward to that for a whole 2 hours next week. So thank you very much, Eden, for sending in that clip of your grandma. We'll be reading out some more of your last notes on your phone next. But now we have a song requested by Samuel on Facebook, who wants to hear Attracting Flies. AlunaGeorge. Attracting flies, AlunaGeorge. So, Phil, you promised everybody that we'd get to hear your notes. What are they?
I did. Okay, this is great. The last note on my phone says, it was a secret note I passed to Dan in an airport. It says, be subtle, but I think Super Nanny is over there.
Oh,
And she was over there.
Okay, so we were just chilling in the airport in California, and then Phil just goes like, and slides his phone over to me. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's my way of passing secret messages.
Be subtle, but I think Super Nanny is over there, at which point I obviously go, what?
Yeah, you
Look
could
at
not
her.
have been less subtle.
You think that she saw me staring at her
She did.
and she got up and moved with her family?
She moved seats because Dan was staring at her. How do you feel, Dan?
I'm that guy that made the celebrity move in the airport because
You
I
made
was stopped
Super
staring.
Nanny
I'm sorry, Super Nanny.
I've also got one that says, the whispering is worse than the chewing. Because I was sat in a really quiet waiting room and two girls were whispering for about half an hour and just that noise of like...
Oh, there is nothing more grating than whispering, is it?
So annoying. It's on like the
I know what you mean
top
when
of
you're
my
in a
pet
waiting
hates.
room and just in the corner there's like...
Because you just want to know what they're saying, so you can hear all their saliva. It's horrible. Okay, Dan, stop.
And it's more annoying than chewing, according to you.
We've also had a text that says, my last note was, never knock on 24. He knows. He owns Mustache Cat. That was from Lola.
What?
I don't know.
You're telling me that's not a dream of some kind?
There's no explanation there.
What is Mustache Cat, and why is it dangerous or scary in some way?
Joe is also getting lost on his way home from Hull, and he's texted in saying, my last note is 201 Classic Beige.
Hey, this just sounds like a room colour.
Yeah, maybe the painting or something.
That's a logical one. We solved that mystery.
I wouldn't paint it Classic Beige, though.
Ooh.
At least pick, like, sunset or turquoise.
Beige is a very popular colour, Phil. You're offending a lot of people with their neutral tones right now.
All right, Joe, if you want everyone to go bleh when you go in your house, choose beige. Okay, keep them coming in.
Wow, okay, Phil.
I feel strongly about beige. With hashtag last note on my phone.
But now we've got a really cool video that has been made by Emily, filmed in Qatar, about a woman's battle with the idea of perfection. Get on the radio and website if you aren't already to watch, and here for your ears is Coldplay. Don't panic.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
That was Coldplay with Don't Panic. I was just whispering because it's annoying.
You know, you went with, like, the emotional tone of Coldplay as well.
Yeah, true. Here we have... What was that? Hannah?
Hello. Hello?
What was that noise?
Is that your phone vibrating in your hand?
Yeah.
You need to have less friends.
It sounds like a little robot pet you've got.
It was like, hi, Hannah.
Sorry.
I was like, is that Hannah's voice? What are we talking to?
Or a llama.
Yeah.
I was
Anyway,
like
you're holding your phone because you're going to tell us what the last note on your phone was.
Yeah.
Go for it.
My last note on my phone said, "Don't you think she looks suspicious? It looks like she's smuggling mice into the country."
Do you remember what this was about?
Yeah, I was sitting on the train with, like, my best friend, Mia, and this woman, like, got on, and she was, like, staring at me, like, really evilly, and she had all these shapes under her shirt, and they had all these tails coming off it, and I was like, it was, like, slightly moving, and I didn't know what it was, and it was not a dream.
Maybe she was smuggling mice into the country.
She had moving things under her... You saw tails?
Yeah, they were, like, big, and I didn't know what they were, and it really scared me.
Do you know how people can be a crazy cat lady? Maybe she was a crazy rat lady.
Rat lady.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She just goes, rah, and throws rats at people. That's much more terrifying and dangerous, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest one we've had so far.
It's much more disturbing than exploding muffins in dreams, because it actually happened. So I think you've definitely won the note competition so far.
Yeah. Are you a fan of mice, or are you alright with them?
Well, yes, I like every animal, kind of.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, you've earned yourself a request because of that love of mice and weird phone buzzing sound. What would you like to listen to?
Please, can I have Crazy Stupid Love by Cheryl Cole, please?
Yeah. Do you want to dedicate it to the rat lady?
Can I dedicate it to my best friends, Sarah, Laura, Katie, Alice, and me, please?
Yes, and everyone else that's texting you as well. Thanks very much, Hannah. Here's Cheryl Cole.
Thank you.
Crazy Stupid Love, Cheryl Cole. Would you ever get a giant tattoo on your butt of a rose?
Not personally, but I think it looks lovely on her.
Yes.
BBC Radio 1.
So, you may have heard this George Ezra guy coming up in conversation recently.
In fact, if you're listening to the radio for a while, you may have heard us reveal that he's number 3 in the album chart this week.
Yeah.
So, congratulations for that.
But have you thought, I want to know more about this guy. Who is he? What makes him tick?
I want to know his life story and then stalk him when I fall in love with him, yes.
Well, lucky for you, on Monday night you can, at 9 p.m, it's Introducing George Ezra with Hugh Stevens.
Okay.
He was first played by BBC Introducing in February 2012. Just over 2 years later, he's releasing his debut album.
Thank you, BBC, for that. Yeah, no, it's quite a cool thing. Hugh takes a journey with George on from his hometown in Bristol to the city that inspired his biggest song today, obviously Budapest, which I just looked up on Google Maps. Apparently it's 1,000 miles away, just in case you know. And Hugh travels with him to hear all about the highs and lows of going on tour and George's journey from his first ever play on the radio to being put into the BBC Sound of 2014 list. He's come very far, and obviously he was at Glastonbury, so it's going very well for him at the moment.
It is.
If you think that he's a new artist that you want to check out, then that is tomorrow night, 9 p.m, with Hugh Stevens, Introducing George Ezra.
If you had to choose an animal that he looks like, what would you say? I'd say a weasel.
Yeah, I was going to say ferret.
Yeah, a happy weasel.
A happy kind of bushy-tailed creature of some kind.
An attractive ferret.
Attractive ferret. Okay, so if you want to see more about the attractive ferret, that is tomorrow night on Radio 1 with Hugh Stevens.
BBC Radio 1.
We have a Wimbledan special Dan vs. Phil challenge up next, so to give you just enough time to get online and prepare yourselves emotionally for that, we have a video to Ellie Goulding, How Long Will I Love You, made by Emma.
Ellie Goulding, How Long Will I Love You? Seriously, how long will I love Ellie Goulding?
Restraining order, Phil. Time to talk about...
Before we do, can I just talk about a ferret? Well, I said George Ezra looks like a ferret. Yeah, my family owned a ferret after we found it in the garden. We had it for a day, and then we sold it to a ferret lady who had 40 ferrets in her house.
40 ferrets?
I went in her house, and it was the smelliest house of all time.
There's such a thing as a crazy ferret lady?
Yeah, it'd be like a ferret utopia, though.
That sounds like the Garden of Eden for ferrets. I mean, that would be the smelliest house in the entire world, but can you imagine how fun that is for the ferrets? It'd be like being on a cruise constantly.
I hope Mr. Biteson is okay. We called him Mr. Patterson because he bit me. Probably gave me rabies.
And that would probably explain a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Dan versus Phil challenge is when me and Phil do something usually quite physically degrading live on camera, and this week it is a Wimbledon special, which is something that me and Phil have obviously been following very closely, as anyone that has known us for a while would guess.
I'm just going to get the giant ball, 1 second.
Okay, yeah, there is a giant tennis ball behind us. If you're questioning what Phil's up to, you said that you had some kind of controversial opinion earlier.
Yeah, I don't like strawberries and cream.
What?
I like, okay, it's okay, but it's not my favourite thing in the world. I'd rather have a bag of crisps or something. I'm sorry. I'm just being judged by everyone in the room. I shouldn't have admitted to this.
You shouldn't even be allowed to be English.
Strawberries aren't that great. I'm sorry. There's better fruits out there, guys.
But it's the tennis thing!
I know it's the tennis there, I don't like it that much. I like Pims, though.
Yeah, okay, Phil's a hater, that is what we have established. Anyway, so what is happening in our version, which is apparently called Wimbledan and Phil. Great name there.
That is a great name. We're going to be we've set up a whole tennis court in the live lounge, and we're going to be playing tennis. We were going to use this giant ball, but we might smash things, and then the BBC will be sad.
Yeah, so we're going to use ball pit balls instead, which is just as handicappy, but with less of the fine that we'll have to pay.
Yeah, they're actually really hard to hit in any kind of direction, so I expect us to miss a lot.
Some masks of the Wimbledon finalists that we'll be wearing on our face to distract us even further than our abilities to not play tennis. So
Nice.
it'll be like an actual rematch of the final with just as thrilling injuries, potentially, I think so. So if you want to watch this, it is bbc.co.uk/Radio1 to see it happen live on camera. Are you ready, Phil?
I'm ready.
Okay, well, that's happening now, but here for your ears is Jay-Z with Jungle.
BBC.
Radio 1.
Dan versus Phil.
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So Phil, having just done a Dan versus Phil challenge themed around tennis, goes, so where's Roger Federer from? And I'm like, he's from tennis, Phil.
I know he's from tennis. I'm in Countrywide.
Oh, right.
I'm wearing his face.
Really, Phil? Really?
I now know why they don't wear celebrity face masks during Wimbledon, because you can't see anything.
Actual tennis with them wearing masks of their own face would be incredibly entertaining.
Might be more interesting, though, like Barack Obama versus Beyonce.
Wearing masks, oh yeah.
Kind of get bored of the same faces every year. Might boost the ratings.
Improved with a little cheesy mask of Prince Charles, do you?
Anyway, that was impossible.
That was literally impossible. I mean, I'm a terrible tennis player anyway, so that was just dangerous, to be honest.
This Federer mask looks a bit like Steve Jones.
I was thinking that. Anyway, so we will be formally revealing the winner of that incredibly impressive sportsman-like feat that was Dan versus Phil, Wimbledan and Phil, next, after this next song. Molly and Juliet have recreated McFly using stuffed animals. Danny is a dog, Tom is a cat, Dougie is a squirrel with a mohawk, Harry is a gremlin.
Poor Harry.
I know. Here's Love is Easy.
Today
Correction there, Dan. Harry was not a gremlin. He was a mogwai.
Oh, sorry. That's like a fatal error, isn't it?
It is. The mogwais are the cute, fluffy ones.
And the gremlins are the ones that gave me nightmares for years.
Yes.
How could I make that mistake?
Now, it's time to reveal the winner of Dan versus Phil. I need to stop whispering. Emily!
You were complaining about the whispering.
I know.
And you were just doing it. Phil, you're worse than chewing.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
Are you ready to announce the winner of Dan versus Phil?
Indeed.
Okay. Give us the answer that I want to hear.
Can I have a drum roll, please?
Yes, you can.
And the winner of Dan versus Phil is... the Phil!
Yay!
Wait. I felt like I had that. No.
Turns out I am the tennis pro.
Wait. Which mask were you wearing?
Federer.
There we go.
Yeah.
The table has been rebalanced.
The tennis pro. Yeah, that feels really good. I tried so hard.
Do we have, like, the score? How close was it?
It was
17-10.
17-10.
Okay, it wasn't at all close. Never mind. But thank you for calling, Emily.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. While you're on the line, what was the last note on your phone? Do you know it?
Oh, God, it was quite embarrassing, really.
Okay.
Go on, then.
I was writing down High School Musical lyrics, but replacing some of the words with pigeon.
Oh, that's a fun game, though, isn't it? So you'll be like, you're soaring, you're pigeon.
Yeah, that just makes sense, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. I sounded like Zac Efron then, didn't I?
You did.
Thanks. Okay, you've earned yourself a song request now, because you said that. What would you like to listen to tonight, Emily?
Can I request Wannabe by the Spice Girls?
Nice choice.
Any dedications on that one?
Can I dedicate it to Carol, Liz, and the Fancuna Matatas?
The Fancuna Matatas.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means, but that's great. This is for all of those people. This could only be the Dan and Phil show. Here is Wannabe, the Spice Girls. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks.
There's a thing this summer with BBC Digital Radio.
Radio 1 is bringing you Tea in the Park live across the whole weekend. Right now, though, let's check out an earlier set.
Over on Centre Court, where all the action is taking place this afternoon on 5 Live Sports Extra. And let's talk about that controversial lineup
at Glastonbury with some very special moments in store as well. We're live from Worthy Farm all weekend long, right here on BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
If you love radio, go digital. To find out more, search online for BBC Digital Radio.
Ben Howard, The Wolves, thank you very much for that video, Eleanor and Jim.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Beautiful noises, Phil, thank you so much.
That was a wolf, obviously.
Obviously. So, who would you say is the saviour of fangirls all across the world this week?
I don't know.
It is Nick Grimshaw. You know this, Phil.
Oh yeah. I remember.
As he had 5 Seconds of Summer on The Breakfast Show last week, and guess what he did with them? He got them to play Spin the Bottle with him. Wow. Can you believe that they agreed to do that?
No.
I mean, why would they say yes?
I don't know. Maybe they were like, we get to go on The Breakfast Show.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're asked to go on The Breakfast Show, aren't we, though? And it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's a really cool idea. When's it happening? 7:30. Oh, that might be busy at 7:30.
True. But if you haven't seen this, we're going to play a little clip now. Get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to watch this. It includes some ear licking.
Yes.
And tense cheek pecks.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a little bit of Grimmy and 5 Seconds of Summer playing Spin the Bottle.
Okay, here we go. The bottle is being spun.
Well, I said 69.
It's so heavy. It's a lot heavier than
It's quite heavy, isn't it?
What's it got in it?
Oh, wow.
Callum.
Go on then.
It's happening.
Give us a kiss, love.
Beautiful.
Very underwhelming.
Oh, Callum, not impressed.
Luke has quite thin lips.
Slow motion.
You're not a lippy guy.
Oh, come on, Luke.
Lippy.
Not lippy.
Absolutely incredible. Save your fangirls across the universe. If you want to see that full video, it is sitting on the Radio 1 YouTube channel now, so go watch that in the comfort of your own privacy and react however you'd like to.
Including kisses in slow motion.
Indeed.
I've only played Spin the Bottle once. And
ever?
I cried during the game because no one wanted to kiss me. And even worse, when the bottle landed on me, they'd like kick it with their feet to move it to a different person.
Wait, you cried during the game?
Yeah.
Not like afterwards in your bedroom?
I was 11.
You were... 11's not that young.
I know.
That's still young enough to, like, socially mortify yourself.
Okay, well...
Wow, Phil, that's really traumatising.
I'm just going to go repress that memory now. So here's a video by Megan to Don't Stop. Features homemade superhero costumes and battles to the death. The band would be very proud of you. Thanks, Megan.
They escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
That was 5 Seconds of Summer with Don't Stop. Thank you for the video, Megan. It was just like the actual one.
Yeah, do you reckon if we sang, we'd be as popular as 5 Seconds of Summer?
Wait a sec. Phil?
Yeah?
We literally just produced these noises.
You're soaring, you're pigeon. Maybe.
Did you just answer your own question then? I don't think you could make an entire album out of sing lyrics from High School Musical and replace the word with pigeons, unfortunately.
We'll talk, Dan, we'll talk. But now, requested by Natasha on Facebook, we've got Jessie J, Do It Like a Dude. Jessie J, do it like a dude. Now, you know something I don't think Jessie J would do?
What, Phil?
Put chili up her nose.
Why would you say that?
Because that's what I did last night, and it was the most painful experience I've ever had.
Is that where you were for like 2 hours last
Yes.
Oh my god, I wonder if you were dying or something.
So,
what happened?
Chopping up some chilies.
Why were you chopping chilies?
Because I was making an Indian, like, with real spices and stuff.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
What, were you just like chopping them up and stuff?
Chopping them up, and then I was gonna just itch my nose a little bit. I think a tiny fly had gone in there, went to itch it. Itching my nose when it started burning. I was like, oh no. And then I started itching it more because it was burning, and I was like, oh, that's why, because I've got chili on my hands. Ran down to the toilet, pouring water up my nose, getting my finger in my eye, so I've got chili in my eye and my nose.
No, come on.
It was horrible.
That is like Indian cooking 101. Don't touch anything after you've been groping the chili.
No.
Seriously, you only make the mistake of getting chili in your eye once, and then you're just traumatized for 20 years.
I'm never cooking with that spice again.
So you
It's
learned
betrayed
how
me.
it was literally like wildfire.
Yeah.
Like the more you touch and the more you try to clean, the more it just spreads like a disease.
And you didn't help either. You were just laughing, going, snort some milk, Phil.
No, it's because milk gets rid of heat, doesn't it? Everyone knows that. You know, feeling spicy mouth, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking, just pour some milk into your eyeballs. That would probably help.
I would not recommend snorting milk.
We can ask Alan. He'll be on the show. So maybe
Ali
Dr.
don't
Rada.
know.
Dr. Rada, does pouring milk in your eyes get rid of chili?
Let's find out.
Let's actually do that. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. But very traumatizing, Phil.
Yeah, so traumatizing. But now, we've got a song that's requested by so many of you every week, so thought we'd indulge that request.
Indeed.
This is Gospel, Panic at the Disco, requested by Kate on Facebook and lots of other people. This is Gospel, Panic at the Disco. You're welcome, everyone on Facebook that wanted it.
Welcome to the future with Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So extremely well timed by Phil and his chili anecdote that literally just wasn't intentional. We are now joined by Alan and Dr. Rada from the surgery.
Hello.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Well, very good, thanks.
Very good.
So, Dr. Rada, what happens when you put chili up your nose and why does it hurt?
For a start, why are you doing it?
'Cause I had an itch. I wasn't picking my nose, it was an itch.
He did that. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
making a curry and then accidentally took my face.
That must have hurt, because it's got like capsaicin in it, which is really, really strong.
Yes.
So the best thing to do is actually to make yourself sneeze or make your nose run as much as possible. Or kind of just bathe your eye, just to get rid of that stuff that's there.
So I'm allergic to cats, I could just sniff a cat. Or is that going to double the problem?
Run outside, find someone's cat. Give me a cat, give me a cat.
I can't medically recommend that.
Okay. But don't snort milk.
And you say put chili in the eye, splash it with water.
Yeah, try and make yourself cry to get rid of that kind of irritating thing.
And
Okay.
the milk theory, is that something you also don't medically recommend?
No comment.
Okay, well, I feel informed now. You've earned the chance to talk about the surgery.
Thank you. Alan.
Well, on tonight's show, we are an open surgery, as always, which means you can call us with anything that's on your mind. Our phone number is now... Hours. Sorry, I've lost my words then. The phone number is now the surgery's, not Dan and Phil. So 03700 100 100 if you've got anything on your mind you want to get off your chest. I was going to also talk about the fact that we're also going to talk about alcohol dependency tonight.
Okay.
I don't imagine you guys drink because your worlds are mad enough as they are.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, with chili. So this isn't going to be an issue for you at all.
Not really.
No. But if this is an issue for you, then please do call us 03700 100 100 or 81199 on the text.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
We'll look forward to that.
And fabulous advice as well.
Yeah.
More than you could have ever dreamed of. So yeah, the phone number now belongs to the surgery, so call if you want to speak to those guys. They will be on after us. So don't go anywhere, as we will be laughing at your friends and family's technical disasters, and sorry I don't know how to internet next.
It's now time for some Ed Sheeran, thanks to Isabel and Erin, who've made me discover that a clown isn't actually creepy.
Okay.
If it's a Lego clown. Ed Sheeran, Lego House, with a clown that wasn't that creepy.
It had no arms, Phil. A Lego clown with no arms is still disturbing.
Okay, it was kind of disturbing. Also, John has texted in from Liverpool saying, Phil, I once prepared chili and thought nothing of it until I went to the toilet. And yes, I cried a little.
Oh, that is every kind of sensation and image that nobody wanted.
That sounds like the more extreme version of my story.
It does.
Never again.
Mental images. Anyway, now it is time. You guys have sent us stories of people that you know struggling with today's technology, read out by the erotic tones of Radio 1's Greg James. This is Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet.
Internet? Isn't that a misplaced tennis serve in Yorkshire? I don't get all this facial book.
The World Wide what?
Sorry, I don't know how to internet.
Our first tale of technological woe comes from Diana.
My sister installed Google Chrome a few weeks ago. Yesterday, my dad said our computer was slower because he thought Chrome and Internet Explorer were fighting inside the computer.
If they both were fighting in Mortal Kombat, which one do you reckon would win?
What? Chrome versus Internet Explorer?
Yeah.
Well, that would be kind of like Scorpion fighting a dog with no legs. So I think that would probably go to Chrome. Although, programs fighting each other for space would probably explain why PCs just tend to generally die over time. So the more you install, the more it's just like a wasteland on the inside.
Conspiracy theory. I think they might make them so then they break later on. Everyone knows the truth.
Anyway, our next story comes from Holly.
My granddad has a brick phone.
Okay.
He has no idea how to get the volume up, so he rebought the exact same phone, so he had the instructions.
That's one way to do it.
How did he even buy it? Did he go on like the Antiques Roadshow or something?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, seriously, in 10 years, they will be vintage items, won't they? How much will you have to pay for, like, a fresh, straight out of the factory Nokia 3310? Like £100? It'll be like an actual ornament, won't it?
I want one just for Snake. I miss Snake.
I could do for a bit of Space Impact, TBH.
Yeah. Our next story comes from Jenna.
My mum photocopied her phone because she didn't know how to screen grab a recipe she found.
That is extreme.
Wait, I don't understand. How can anyone that has a phone that's capable of displaying a recipe not know that there's a camera on the phone?
There's a lot of features. But, Dan, she's not going to be able to take a picture with the camera on the phone because it's on the phone.
Okay, moving swiftly on. Another one comes from Courtney.
I bought my nan an iPad for a present. She opened it and said, "Wow, an iPad. What is it?"
Oh no, she should have just kept the box. She doesn't know what an iPad is.
She doesn't know what an iPad. You could have just been like, this is an iPad. It's a very beautiful white box, and it comes with some stickers, and it has a warranty with tech support in case you get it wet. You could have gotten away with that, seriously.
Definitely, just say the iPad itself was some kind of box weight.
Exactly.
Also, if you listen to the box, you might hear the sound of the ocean. I always take things too far, don't I?
Yeah, that was one sentence too far.
Okay, sorry.
And the last one comes from Hayley.
My mum was messing around trying to print something. She kept pressing print on the computer, but nothing would come out. She decided to call customer services to complain, but after 4 hours, she realised the printer wasn't plugged in.
Okay, I think everybody in the world has done that at some point, haven't we? Although I've made that mistake, and the thing is, when you queue up a million things to print, and then you plug it back in, it just starts unconsensually printing half the Amazon. And you can't stop it, can you? Like, seriously, I remember once I did it at, like, my grandma's house, and it just kept coming out and coming out. It was like the Sorcerer's Apprentice. It was traumatizing. I was just stood there and it was like, and I was like, no, stop the paper, stop the paper. Bad times.
If they remake Fantasia, you can be Mickey in that scenario.
I bet everyone would love to watch that.
And that was Sorry I Don't Know How to Internet. Wow.
If you have any pictures or video stories of what has happened to your friends and family related technology, then you can email them to danandphil@bbc.co.uk and they could be in next week's show. And now, thanks completely to the leavers of St. Anne's School, you can thank them for us playing this video. It is everybody's favourite song. BBC
Radio 1.
Pharrell, happy. Thank you very much for Laura and her school for the video.
Can I just warn anyone that's listening, if you're thinking of going to California, do not go on the Green Lantern ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
We had a great time at the park, but that one ride was probably the worst experience of my entire life ever.
I love rides. I'll go on all the roller coasters.
We're roller coaster fiends.
Yeah. That one is terrifying. You're strapped in a seat that goes backwards, and then it just shakes you around for about 2 minutes.
It wasn't scary. It was painful. Yeah. It's like, you know when you're queuing up for a roller coaster and then you look at the people that are arriving to see what it was like, and you see people smiling and high-fiving, and you're like, okay, it's not that bad. When we were queuing up for this one, a girl was, like, crying when she came round the corner, and we were like, oh dear, it was like if God put you in a hamster ball and then just shook you as hard as he could. It was the worst thing ever.
Rolled you down the stairs.
Literally rolled you down the stairs.
Yeah, I just got into a cold sweat thinking about it again.
It's okay, Phil. You can recover from it.
Traumatised. But now, Michelle has cloned herself to make a video to Paramore. Okay. Just be thankful, Michelle, a fly didn't enter the cloning machine at the same time, or we would have had a very different video. Here's Still Into You.
To you with an absolutely amazing video by Michelle. I think that was one of my favourite lyric videos ever.
It was so good.
I'd go as far as saying,
It's time for the listeners to get involved. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So we've been asking you for this show to send in the screenshots of what was the last note on your phone.
We've had some quite disturbing entries, haven't we? I mean, that's what we've decided. It's just you have absolutely no idea where you were the last time you made a note to yourself.
I was stalking Super Nanny, apparently. Hannah says, get poo out of the toilet.
With a little poo emoji.
Yeah.
I really don't want to know the horrifying reason she had to make that note and then leave somewhere.
She made it on the 14th of November.
So that would be really bad if she hadn't addressed it since then.
Judge said moth, but about 27 times.
Oh my god, it's like The Shining. It just says moth, 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 moth. Maybe there was one in the room she was trying to show someone.
Yeah, maybe. Amelia said paper rug with unicorns. Sounds like a nice rug.
Yeah, sounds like a good home furnishing for anyone, a paper rug with unicorns on it. Okay.
Sophie texted in and said, my last note says, a baguette with ham and cheese, even though I have no idea why I don't even eat baguettes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Profound.
That was profound. And Izzy said, the mermaid is high-heeled. I'm just not too sure why. I think we should end on that one.
But a mermaid has fish feet.
She wears it on her face. Just a high-heeled shoe.
What a beautiful and disturbing image to conclude our journey through your notes app.
I've ruined Ariel for everyone.
You have ruined a lot of things for everybody tonight. But thank you so much. I mean, that makes me feel a bit less weird about talking about my kale men or whatever it was that was on my phone. So thank you very much. But now we are going to go to Mumford & Sons The Cave, requested by Willoughby and the Rudd Clan on Facebook.
I'm Nick Grimshaw. You can get all the best bits of the Radio 1 Breakfast Show in our free download. First thing, 5 seconds of summer. Good morning. Hello.
Hey.
Great noise.
Yeah.
If you fail to answer correctly, you have to spin the bottle, and whoever it lands on, you've got to kiss. It's like,
Where did you get this gecko knowledge?
This is like the weekend all over again.
Download it for free from the Radio 1 website. We're back on air Monday morning from 6:30.
Thanks, Grimmy. That is all from me and Phil tonight. Phil, before we depart, do you have any closing comments for the universe while you have this opportunity?
Don't put chili up your nose.
No, and neither grabbing cats and sniffing them or rubbing milk into your eyes are medically endorsed.
Doctor approved.
And thank you very much for sending us the last notes on your phone. Yeah. Well, there we go. I think it's time we thank everybody that got involved in the show. Have you got them, Phil?
They're right here.
It's time for the end credits. Thank you to Helga,
Lucia,
and Anna,
James,
and Sophie,
Emily,
and Maya,
Amy,
and Emma,
Molly,
and Juliet,
Eleanor,
and Jim,
Megan,
and Erin,
Laura,
and Michelle,
Diana,
and Holly,
Jenna,
and Courtney,
Haley,
Chelsea,
Ella,
and Samuel,
Hannah,
and Emily,
Natasha,
and Katie,
Willoughby, and the Rudd Clan,
and Danny,
and Gary.
Make sure you tune in next week as we will have our first ever Nan Cam. That will be extremely exciting. But now, requested by Danny and Gary, this is Underworld. Born Slippy.